Hi, my name is Amanda and I'm a psychology student from Rollins College. And today I'm going to talk about taking an intersectional approach to body image. Body image research has only continued to expand over recent decades. However, historically, body image was associated almost exclusively with white women. But body image is a pervasive issue that impacts all people in unique ways. The term body image is defined as a multifaceted concept that consists of the perceptions, attitudes, feelings, and behaviors an individual has about their body. The culture a person is a part of shapes their relationship with their body image. Depending on what social groups a person belongs to, perceived body image requirements may be different, or there may be additional pressures compounded on top of the majority culture pressures. This is often not considered and therefore overlooks the complexity of these issues, and leaves minority groups underrepresented, underemphasized, and misunderstood. Intersectionality takes into account the unique experiences of individuals by acknowledging that we are impacted by the different social groups we are a part of.
Historically, and in a lot of work that I've done with clients from a variety of backgrounds, the thing that happens is most clinicians, and especially most physicians, still associate body image disturbance and eating disorders with what we call swag, like skinny, white, affluent girls. That's what they assume would be a problem if there was a significant weight loss or if they were asking a lot of questions about changing their body. Whereas the assumption is people from other racial and ethnic groups are somehow more satisfied. And the truth is that eating disorders and body image disturbance don't know those kinds of boundaries. They are affecting everyone. People of all genders, sexual orientations, racial and ethnic backgrounds. And so we have had more sensitivity to that, but it's slow to trickle down to clinical work.
Issues with body image varies between male and female genders. The Western body ideal for women is a thin body, and research shows that internalization of this thin ideal occurs in girls as early as 3 years old. Women are often sexualized in society, and objectification of women's bodies impacts their body image. This is supported by the objectification theory, which states that women are frequently reduced to their sexual functioning, and that this leads to self-objectification, which induces harmful psychological consequences. Men also struggle with body image in ways that go unrecognized. The Western body ideal for men is a lean but muscular build. Pressure to reach and maintain this body type is at least partially due to its link to perceived success, social power, dominance, and masculinity. Because societal pressures are different from men than they are for women, their symptomatology often presents differently as well. For example, because muscularity is a societal ideal for men, they may experience something called reverse anorexia, also called muscle dysphoria. This is the exaggerated belief that one's own body is too small or not muscular enough. This can lead to things like steroid use. Because male body image issues are often more subtle or subclinical, they often go unrecognized or overlooked. We must make their unique issues more well known in the mental health community, because their distress over their body image is just as important to identify and treat. How different races and ethnicities are perceived in Western society impacts how members feel about their body and self-identity. Additionally, because a significant portion of the research that has been conducted has composed of participant groups that are disproportionately white, much of the research available overlooks the impact of the historical and current prejudice on the body image concerns of those from racial and ethnic minority groups. Previous studies have suggested that Black women have less body image issues compared to white women because there is a greater acceptance of larger body sizes in Black culture. What this overlooks, however, are the other aspects of body image that Black women deal with that white women don't, as well as the sociocultural and historical context. Black women experience discrimination because of their hair. They endure microaggressions, such as invasive questions or blatant discrimination when their hair is worn naturally. Relatedly, skin color and colorism impacts Black women's body image. In one study, darker-skinned Black women were said to be viewed as less attractive and less likely to succeed compared to lighter-skinned Black women, even within their own racial group. Finally, a curvy body is generally idealized in Black culture. However, according to Western ideals, a thin body is related to success. Therefore, Black women living in Western society are faced with competing body image ideals between the two cultures. Body image stereotypes are laden with slavery-related implications. These stereotypes were developed as a way to reduce, control, and dominate Black women in the past. For example, the Jezebel stereotype depicts Black women as hypersexual with insatiable sexual appetites, and it was created so that white men could justify objectifying and abusing enslaved Black women. The sexualization of Black women's bodies may be rooted in the context of slavery, but the stereotype is still present today in contemporary media. Members of the queer community are underrepresented in many ways, and how their body image impacts them is no exception. Because body image is so heavily linked to gender expression, those in the transgender community experience additional difficulties, especially prior to and through their transition. This can result in gender dissociation, which is a sense of emotional and psychological distance from the gendered aspects of one's physical body. For most, as their bodies become more congruent with their authentic sense of self, through puberty suppression, hormone therapy, or surgery, their body satisfaction improves. The unique difficulties that transgender persons experience regarding their relationship with their body must be taken into account in clinical and research settings in order for clinicians to help transgender people effectively. Both gay and bisexual men have reported higher feelings of internalized weight bias than heterosexual men. This weight bias is perpetuated through media and an appearance-centric culture, which is particularly impactful for sexual minority men. This leads to greater body dissatisfaction and a much greater likelihood of eating disorders compared to heterosexual men. Research suggests that some lesbian and bisexual women prefer a larger female body type and place a greater emphasis on physical fitness and a muscular physique compared to heterosexual women. However, this may be due to the butch and femme subcultures, and members of each of these subcultures experience different body image concerns. For example, femme lesbian women have reported greater internalization of heterosexual beauty norms, and they sometimes feel like they are seen as not being authentic and are overlooked by other lesbian women. Conversely, some lesbian women are inclined to reject heteronormative standards of beauty to avoid male attention. Bisexual men and women undergo additional concerns. For example, they are likely receiving varied appearance pressures from both gay men and from heterosexual women, or lesbian women and heterosexual men. Additionally, they encounter greater stigmatization and prejudice due to the misconceptions that surround their sexual identity, such as it being ill-defined. Corporations benefit from maintaining these rigid body norms and do so primarily through media. For example, advertisements are created based on these norms, and models or other depictions are intentionally chosen to induce the idealization of an unreachable standard in viewers. By enforcing an unrealistic standard of attractiveness and falsely linking expectations like thinness to health and well-being, multi-billion-dollar industries profit off our efforts to conform. It is important that we recognize where these pressures originate from and acknowledge the impact they have on people from all social groups. Although this is not an exhaustive list, looking at the categories presented shows how individualized body image and body image issues can be. The implications of this in clinical and research settings are far-reaching. We need to expand our knowledge about additional intersectionalities and apply it to better accommodate those with body image concerns, particularly those from marginalized groups. If you would like more information on the topics discussed in this video, please see the peer-reviewed journal articles listed in the description below.